Right? Donald Trump. The polls have closed in Utah. We're in competition. Even Hillary beat him. Now he's on these talk shows knocking the hell out of me all the time, right? Hillary came in second. I came in first by a lot, but that was another one. Too close to call. Except, ladies and gentlemen, Utah, the polls have closed. Donald Trump has won the state of Utah. It's in the same state. And we won by a lot. We won by a lot. And we won Florida, and we won South Carolina, and we won Georgia, and we won North Carolina, and we won Pennsylvania. We won a lot. Remember these phony people? There is no way to get to 270. You had to get to 270. So I kept going to Maine. I love Maine. But Maine 2, you get 1. It's cut in half. Maine 2, you get 1. I went there 4 or 5 times because they got me up, the phonies, they got me up to 269, couldn't get to 270. So I went there, I won, by the way, I won Maine 2. I got 1. But I went there, and I went there a lot. That's the beautiful thing about the Electoral College. You go everywhere. You don't just spend it 3. And you know, winning the popular vote would be much easier. I'd rather have that. I'd go to 4 states and relax. I went to 21 states. Sure. I used to be a believer in the other, but I think winning it's like you're a track star. You're working out for the 100-yard dash or the mile. It's a different form of training. It's a different form. But we did great. They said, he cannot get to 270. And they were right. We got to 306. After decades of economic surrender, I have taken historic action to confront China's rampant trading abuses, and we've made great progress, and our relationship with China is fantastic, and great things are happening. You watch. They get it now. They get it, and a lot of good things are happening. We're replacing NAFTA with disastrous. I mean, it's been, to me, probably, I used to call it the worst trade deal in history. I think the world trade has been WTO, one of real beauty, World Trade Organization. That's a real beauty. They consider China a developing nation, and because you're a developing nation, Ted, right? They consider China to be a developing nation, and because they're developing, they get tremendous, and we wrote them letters. We don't consider them to be a developing nation. We don't consider India to be a developed, because they're ripping us off. And we didn't win any cases at the WTO, and now we just won $7.5 billion of countries that we're taking advantage of. And we've won a lot of cases lately. We didn't win anything for years, practically. Now we've won a lot of cases. You know why? Because they know I'll leave if they don't treat us fairly. They know it. And then the piggy bank is gone, where they all rob from. We're replacing the NAFTA disaster, and we have to get this crazy Nancy Pelosi to put this thing up for a vote. We have to get her. And the USMCA is a giant victory for Texas farmers, ranchers, manufacturers, workers, and oil. The Democrats should pass it. Overwhelmingly, they will, but Nancy has to put it up for a vote. Do nothing, Democrats. Do nothing. Nowhere is the Democrat betrayal of our nation more dramatic than on immigration. In recent debates, did you see these debates? You believe what I'm competing with? I don't know, when I had to compete with Ted Cruz, that was brutal. You know, he was the national debate champion. Story I've never told. I never did that before, right? I ran for office. All of a sudden, I'm supposed to be debating tomorrow night. I said, who are these people? The hell, I don't know all of them. I know a lot of them. I contributed to a lot of them. They used to treat me very nice when I contributed to them. Not so nice when I was their opponent. It changed a lot. But I said, let me see. I want to see who are these people. I'm going to a debate. I never debated. My whole life has been a debate, but I never debated like with a podium and this and that. So I said, who are they? And we had 17 people, plus me. We had 18. It was actually not 17, it was 18. Remember? Gilmore. Nobody remembers him. But we had 18 people. I said, who are these people? Are they any good at debating? And I hired a debate coach. And he lasted for about 10 minutes. I said, this guy knows less than I do. He didn't know anything. He didn't know anything, it's true. He said, never, ever interrupt while they're speaking. I said, okay, coach, put me in, coach. And after a couple of those statements, I mean, you can't. But my first, it's true. So I see, let me see the cards, let me see the whole thing. I want to see it. I need help. I'm going to be debating in front of millions of people. And everyone's saying, do you think Trump's going to be able to debate professionally? I said, let me see these cards. And all of them, you know, he was president of his class. One guy was a good debater in college. He was this, he was okay. But they give me the first card, Ted Cruz. And it says, National Debate Champion from Princeton. Is that right? And then National Debate Champion from Harvard. I said to my wife, First Lady, potentially, I said, my potential First Lady, I got a problem. I said, some of these guys are okay. They were only president of the class. Almost all of them ran for president of the class. I never did. I like playing baseball better. Cool. But I said, Melania, and I called Ivanka. I called my kids. I said, I got a problem. Ted Cruz was the national debate. He was the #1 guy in college. He was the #1 guy in law school. How the hell do I beat a guy that's that good at debating? But we came out okay, Ted. And Ted was tough. Smart as hell and tough. Tough. Good man. But it is true. The first card I looked at, seriously, was Ted Cruz, and he was literally, national debate. He was the best in all of college and in law school. And he's a talented guy. In recent debates, you see these people up there. They're not Ted Cruz, believe me. Hey, Ted, you should turn Democrat. You would win in that group, right? No? He says, I don't think so. Every single Democrat candidate for president raised their hand in favor of giving free health care to all illegal aliens. They want to give more to illegal aliens than they give to American citizens. You see that. As president, I will never allow the Democrats to take away your health care dollars and give them to people that are in our country illegally. Can't do it. In fact, I just signed an executive action to protect American health care benefits for all American citizens. Among those hardest hit by illegal immigration are millions of legal immigrants right here in Texas, including millions of patriotic, hardworking Mexican Americans who play by the rules, pay their taxes, follow our laws, and strengthen our communities. Whether you are a first generation or 10th generation, and every American citizen, and you've been treated so badly, but you're not being treated badly anymore, you know? We got rid of the individual mandate from crazy Obamacare. Every American citizen deserves a government that defends your jobs, your safety, your family, your borders, and is always loyal to you for a change. We're loyal to you. My administration has reduced illegal border crossings by over 60% since May, and that's with no help from the Democrats. They won't close up the loopholes. They won't close the loopholes, and we could do it in 15 minutes. And we're building the wall, and we're doing all of these things, but the Democrats won't close up the loopholes. You know what the loopholes are, right? How about catch and release? You catch them. You say, hello, darling, how are you? Could you please give us your name and phone number? They don't have a phone. Could you give us your address? They don't want to have an address that's in Honduras. Could you please give us your address and your name? They can't. They said, that's okay. We catch and we release. And they go into our country. And then we are getting them out of the country. And you know what? Some are very good people. Some are unbelievably dangerous and bad people. And we're focusing on the bad, and they're getting the hell out of our country, okay? While we're fighting for shared priorities, the American people, the Democrat Party, has never been farther outside of the mainstream. They've gone nuts. Every Democrat running for president is pushing a health care agenda that would utterly eviscerate Medicare. My administration will always protect Medicare for our beloved seniors, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. Our ambitious campaign to reduce the price of prescription drugs has produced the largest decline in drug prices in over 51 years. People don't talk about it. The press will not talk about it. We have news conferences. We tell them this. They will not put it in the press. You have no idea how dishonest the media is. You have no idea. Virtually every top Democrat also now supports late-term abortion, ripping babies straight from the mother's womb right up until the moment of birth. And that crackpot governor from Virginia executes the baby after birth. You saw that, right? After birth. You remember that one from last year. That's why I've asked Congress to prohibit extreme late-term abortion, because Republicans believe that every child is a sacred gift from God. Democrats are now the party of crazy politicians, high taxes, high crime, open borders, late-term abortion, socialism, and blatant corruption. They're corrupt, like Schiff is corrupt. He's corrupt. The Republican Party is the party of the American worker, the American family, and it's the party of the American dream. It's also the party of Honest Abe Lincoln. We forget that. We gotta use that more often, don't you think? You know, Honest Abe. I liked Honest Abe. We've confirmed. He says, Honest Donald. Thank you. Explain that to them. You're right. We've confirmed 152 federal judges to apply the laws written, including 2 Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. You know, when I got into office, they say the most important thing a president can do, I actually think it's defense. But they say is the appointment of federal judges. So when I got in, always when you get in, there are none. How many do you have? I have none. None. So I got in and say, how many federal judges do I have? Sir, you have 142 federal judges. I said, no, you don't understand the question. That's impossible. That would mean that President Obama didn't appoint 142 judges. You get none. Or you're doing a bad job as president because you're representing a different philosophy, very different. So I came, I said, no, check it again. Then they said 138, then they came back. Actually, sir, the number is 142. We were right the first time. 142 judges. Within 2 months, we will have John and Ted and all of these great congressmen, we will have passed 182 federal judges.